Definitely going to be a very high impact event for your late night and morning commute. So plan on that. Find your snow shovel, get that snow blower fired up, and more importantly, find those snow boots. We have a winter weather advisory going into effect at 8 o'clock. After that, conditions will go downhill, just like the skiers. It will remain in effect until Wednesday at 1 p.m. So here are the impacts. Very high for an inch of snow all across the area. A high impact of 3+ inches of snow with a likelihood of some spots getting 6 or more. This is going to be a high plowable snow event and medium travel impacts. You may not think it's medium if you're out in the middle of it. But the leading edge of the snow now crossing Lake Michigan. It'll be up into the Grand Rapids area by 8 or 9 o'clock, and it will quickly move off to the northeast with that storm track taking it from northern of Kansas all the way up over southern lower Michigan. This is pretty much the rain and snow line with snow to the north, snow changing to a little bit of morning rain down to the south. So here's where the highest impacts for snowfall will be from our in-house model, that dark blue area indicating potential for 6+ inches worth of snow. That's the highest impacts we've seen here in the greater Grand Rapids area this season. Higher impacts back to the west in that pink area. That's a winter storm warning. We have winter weather advisories with low to moderate impacts here. Other than that, the winter travel impacts will be the highest out here in the Midwest, and again from Grand Rapids off to the north. So take it easy in the early morning hours. Right now, the only snow being reported there in Chicago, where visibilities were down to about a half a mile earlier, but we've got dry conditions so far, but temperatures are going to stay below freezing with that snow overnight. Down to 26, and that'll be early tonight, rising to 38 as it ends in the early afternoon tomorrow. Dry day on New Year's Eve day and New Year's Eve night, but Friday more wind, some more rain and snow mixing on in, but dry the rest of the weekend. Closer look at how much snow will fall in your area is a little bit later on. Well, if you're going to be heading out this evening, maybe to go to the Lumberjacks game or maybe some last-minute shopping, get it done here very quickly because the weather's going to close in a short while. 13 WEATHERBALL is blinking bright because we have snow overnight, may mix with a little bit of rain early tomorrow off to the south. It's also red, warmer weather ahead as we hit the upper 30s. And this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. How do we do today? We forecast a high of 30, and it made 30 this afternoon. That's a bullseye on your Tuesday, and we're back on track within 3 degrees of our forecast high. Here's your hourly planner starting at 7 o'clock. You can see between 7 and 9, the snow starts to come on in fairly light to begin with, but look at how the visibilities up there drop very quickly down near 0 at times, all the way through about 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe even as late as 7. Then it mixes with a little bit of rain and changes over by around noon or 1 o'clock, and then it all comes to an end as winds turn around to the west. Kind of breezy at times overnight. So red light for your morning commute. Snowy or snow-covered or slushy roads. Temperatures right around 33. We'll hit the upper 30s before those winds turn around to the west and drop us back to 33. And there'll still be some slushy and wet roads with a yellow caution signal for your evening commute. Our hour-by-hour forecast showing the clouds have already rolled in this afternoon after a little bit of morning sunshine. There's the leading edge of the measurable snow. Watch how between now and 11 o'clock it races up across the area. Look at the winds out of the south-southeast at 27 miles per hour, and the snow continues not only after 11 o'clock, but up till about 2 a.m. And at daybreak, there's a rain-snow mix along I-94 that creeps up during the morning to perhaps the I-94 corridor. All snow to the north where the heavier accumulations will be. But by the noon hour, it's all done, and we end up with a little bit of breaks in the cloud cover during the afternoon. All important, the snow between now and 11 o'clock. Look at how quickly it rolls on in, up to perhaps an inch here in Grand Rapids and maybe a little over an inch or so, up to 2 here in Holland. That's by 11 o'clock. By 2 a.m., already 3+ inches in this area. And by 7 a.m., there could be some spots here that could have 6+ inches. This is the biggest snowfall for the Kent, Ottawa, and Muskegon County areas this season. Not a lot more here during the morning as it changes over and mixes with a little bit of rain. So this is a plowable snow event just about everywhere. Our in-house model, a little more aggressive with snowfall amounts, nonetheless, at least 4 to maybe over 6 inches of snow with our American model, and the European model has similar amounts. Maybe not quite as aggressive, but again, this is all a 3+ snow event with some isolated 6+ amounts. Winter weather advisory up till 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Winds will turn to the west. It'll be breezy with upper 30s before they fall. Most of the morning snow will change to rain and then end off to the south. All snow to the north, breezy. The snow will end by around 1 p.m. or so. Highs in the mid-30s before they fall. And from Grand Rapids southward, a mixture of snow and rain with highs up near 40 around Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. 13 on your side forecast. New Year's Eve day and evening will be dry and seasonable. Some rain, some wind, and maybe some snow mixed in on New Year's Day itself, but dry for the rest of the weekend through Wednesday of next week when we warm up into the 40s, and there may be some afternoon and overnight rain the following Thursday.